Hey, Jack Squad, how everybody doing? Hope everything is well with you guys, and I hope you're making it happen for yourself. Gotta make it happen for yourself, right? Also, don't forget to drop down in the description box. All of my social medias is there, as well as my Cash App. You want to donate to my channel? It is greatly appreciated and much needed. I need you guys to donate. I need, right? I'm getting ready to do some other stuff now that I got a room, y'all. It is so nice to just come and sit down. Now I can do, get my backdrop, the green screen, and do all that kind of stuff, right? So again, if you want to donate to my channel, my Cash App is down in the description box. Again, like, share, comment, subscribe. Yeah, all that stuff, right? So y'all, I'm tired. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. I'm tired. I might be looking a little raggedy, but I am tired. But I promised to speak on this reunion, and I want to speak on it anyway, right? But I'm tired. I was laying on the couch. I just got in. I was laying on the couch and get down, eat your snacks, rest mode. And I said, oh shit, gotta do the video, right? Because I know my girlfriends, I told you, they've been calling me and everything, right? So I am going to do the Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion 1 through 3. Now, I told you guys that I had took notes for 1, 2, and 3. Well, I only took notes for 1 and 3. I didn't take 2, but 2 was a little anyway. But I got some stuff. But anyway, I am going to talk about the reunion. It seems like I'm forgetting something. But I don't know what it is. But anyway, don't forget to hit the like button. And guys, remember that now that I am here, we got to see what Corona's going to do. I ain't doing shit with a crowd of people and Corona's still out. But I want to have that meet and greet, and I want to have it in the springtime. So that's what, about 5 more months, 4 months? I don't know. January, February, March, April, May. I think in May, so about like 5 more months. Got to see what Corona's doing, though. So, God willing, I want to have a meet and greet. And then one of my subscribers, I said I was going to remember, but I'll remember the next time. One of my subscribers said they live here, right? And so, and a couple of my other subscribers that are now my girlfriends are stated that they would help me, fly down and help me or whatever, right? So I'm looking forward to the meet and greet because, I've been talking to you guys for a year. Some of you, because you always comment, I feel like I know you, right? And some of my subscribers have, like I said, a couple of them have become my friends. Like we talk, my girl Ann and Charlotte, she was a very dear friend to me and didn't really know me. She helped me in my time of need. So I have a couple other friends. I'm not going to call their name because they don't want their business out there. But anyway, I am going to ask her first, though, because she has some great stuff going on. And I want to share it on my channel. Because that's what we should do as people share, right? So anyway, y'all, I'm talking about Little Marriage Huntsville. I just feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't know. I got to get back into the groove. But I'm going to tell y'all what, again, it's wonderful to just come and sit down. Just turn the lights on and sit down. Wonderful. So anyway, we're going to start with the first part, right? Now, let me tell y'all something. We're going to talk about the fashions, right? I don't know why Martell looked like he had on a prom suit. Looked like he had on a tight prom suit. Something about that sky blue color. I think that's what it was, the sky blue that threw me back to the 70s or the 60s. Looked like he had on a little tight prom suit, right? Now, Martell is a very nice looking man, and his body is in good shape. He just don't know how to fit his clothes for his body type. And maybe he thinks that tight fitting is cute. But it's not. That's not a good look, right? Now, Melody looked good. Melody wears a lot of one shoulders. All of them look pretty average, right? Pretty okay. Nobody was really, really that outstanding. Tisha, I did not like her dress. I don't know if it was the little feathers. They were like fur feathers or something. I don't know what that was. I didn't really look like they just attached it like they would blow off. I didn't really like that. But I'm going to tell you who looked good, better than they usually do, is her mama, Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda looked good. Now, that hair color they had, so let me just tell you guys this. As you evolve and grow older, then you don't keep the same look. maybe some people can, but you have to change your look with the time and change your look with you, right? That's why I wear so many wigs and do different stuff. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I look right, sometimes I don't, but it's just according to how I feel, right? And what I think looks best on me, right? And sometimes you can't do everything that everybody else is doing too. But Miss Wanda looked good, right? And so did don't quite know what she had on, but her hair and makeup was good. Melanie's mom, Van, I think her name is Van. Well, anyway, and let's see. Marceau always looks good, right? I think I got a crush on Marceau. Marceau, Maurice, Basic, they look good, right? But yeah, I think I got a crush on Marceau. Did I tell y'all that before? I think I have a crush on Marceau, right? He couldn't be my man because he's too controlling and too much of an alpha. But I got a crush on him. But anyway, now it was stated that, see, the thing about social media, like my daughter told me when I started this, she's like, "Ma, you gotta have tough skin." Well, I have a tough skin anyway. But I don't really allow what people say to me negatively affect me because they don't know me, I don't know them. That's their opinion, right? Can't really take it to heart. But I guess if you get so many, because Tisha, I've been told, she's got a lot of comments about how she allows her mama to get all up in the business and get on everybody's damn nerves, right? And for whatever reason, she can't stop it there. And Tisha reminds me of Candy. They mama know they mama. Maybe they don't know. Mama all out of pocket. And you get mad when somebody says something about your mama being out of pocket, right? So Tisha's off Twitter. She's off Twitter for that reason. And she's blocked certain people and so on and so forth. Now, Tisha, her look was off. Tisha's a cute girl, but I don't think she knows how to dress for her body type either. Or maybe she doesn't have a sense of style. Not really. Because she had the little pump in her hair. Now, that was, for y'all that don't know, that was popular in the 90s, right? Maybe Huntsville's a little slow. But I can't see her being 30 years slow or 25 years slow, but maybe, you know. Because if I was Tisha and my husband, you know, Tisha don't have to work, so all she got to do is look pretty. Take care of kids, take care of husband, look good while she's doing it, right? Her fashion is not always on point for me. And she's a cute girl, the cute shape and all that, right? Taking that from her. But she just don't really know how to dress and do herself. You know, I don't know who's doing her hair. Like if I was on TV, I would have to pay for a professional makeup artist and and maybe not even a makeup artist, but a professional hairstylist. Definitely need a professional hairstylist. Everybody was there. Everybody had parts. I think the mothers came on. I don't think they came on the second part or the third part. They came on the third part. Except for Martell's mom. She didn't come. And when asked why, Martell said she was watching the kids. I just think she's at home drinking beer with a straw and smoking Newports. That's what I think, right? But Bissett and Hedges. Not Newport, she smoked Bissett and Hedges. But anyway, so they get, you know, also I want to say Carlos King did a great job of hosting and interviewing these people. Wonderful job. I don't know if he'll do it again. He should, because he asked the questions that we all wanted the answers to, right? And he did it tactfully without trying to hurt anyone's feelings, but he had to ask those questions. You on the show, your life is out there for us to see, is we got some questions, right? And I think my next video, I'm going to talk about the side piece, Ariana Curry, because she's doing too damn much. She's really doing too much. Side piece is supposed to be just that on the side. Now, I guess she thinks she won because, they're not married anymore. But Mel gave him to you. You didn't win. You didn't get him and all that. But I'll talk about that on my video. But she didn't start saying, getting kind of foxy out of her mouth. And I don't like that. It still should be some respect had. Because there were children involved. No, she didn't do this by herself. But you don't look good. You don't look good. I don't care how cute you are. You don't look good. What you did was horrible. What you participated in was horrible. You're not all to blame, but you participated in it. And I'll talk about that on my next video because she's doing way too much out here in these streets. But so he asked, Carlos King asked Mel and Martell, did they regret doing the show since it was the demise of their marriage? And Martell said, Mel does not regret it. Martell said yes, because Martell seems to think that if it hadn't been for the show, he could have continued to keep cheating and Melanie wouldn't have did anything. That's the way he comes off. Like, you know, if it wasn't for the show and everybody knew, I still have my wife and family. You know, so he thinks that. He thinks that the show is the reason why he got divorced. He is such a, you know, I know, and I said this before, the package look good, but ain't shit in the box. Ain't shit in the box, right? He doesn't own up to anything. He says the wrong stuff at the wrong time. He's hurtful. First of all, you could not be that dumb and hurt my feelings. I would tear him apart, right? You know, but I guess, you know, that's the matter of their relationship. But I would eat his ass alive. I would verbally annihilate him. I would make him cry for all the hurt and pain that he has put her through because he felt like it, right? And so he said, you know, he said he hated the way things ended. Nigga, you did that. You did it. But I'm going to go deep into that one on my next video. But anyway, he says, and Martell feels like he created Melody. Now, I'm going to say this. If you're a team, if you're in a partnership, iron sharpens iron, right? But as I look at this, I see he may have gave Melanie some game regarding construction business, but Melanie was always the brains. And I believe when they were in college, she probably took his test for him. She helped him because he's not that, to be college educated, he is not that bright and he does not use basic common sense. I don't think his book sense is where it needs to be. No, I don't. He's lacking. He's lacking in the common sense and in the book sense, even though he's college educated, right? And like, I don't know if he's taking the test for his construction license or whatever it is that he needs, the licensing that he needs. But he says, you know, he doesn't do tests well. For somebody to have went to college, test is what you do. So that's what makes me think girls helped him through graduate. If it wasn't Melanie, it was somebody or somebody's, right? And he feels like he created her. And without him, it wouldn't have been her. Now, just by watching this show, I don't know these people, but Melanie would have made it in whatever she decided to do. Okay? She might not have had such a spotlight shown on her, but she would have made it in whatever she decided to do because she has what I call goddammit-ness. You have to have some goddammit-ness in this world. Matter of fact, that's going to be on my next t-shirt. Have some goddammit-ness as soon as I figure out how to spell it. And what that is oomph. You need some go get it, some, ooh, God damn it, I'm going to do this. You have to have that, right? And he lacks that. He got his strength from her. And maybe she got some strength from him too. But he definitely got his strength from her. You know, he knew about the construction business. He taught her, or she sat around and learned enough, right? And she developed relationships. And people like her in business. I don't think she knows how to be a friend, and I'll talk about that later. She does not know how to do that, right? And you know, let me say this. Whatever man you're with, what he does is, you know, we all know it reflects on you, but the way he acts, you will soon act the same way, right? Because you're around that. And Melanie doesn't know how to be a friend. She doesn't know how to be a friend. And she's not loyal to anyone. You know, like I said, I never liked her, but I feel sorry for her, and I still feel sorry for her for what she's gone through and going through, right? And he feels, Martell feels that the show shined the light on them. And if they hadn't shined the light, they would still be married. That's what he thinks with his little dumb self. You know, because he felt like it was a light on what he was doing. And that interfered. He wanted to cheat in peace, basically, right? And then he also, during this conversation, he blamed Melanie for his cheating. And then he said that she had a relationship too. Now, he keeps wanting to find fault with Melanie, which I don't understand. Like, even if she did cheat, you started it. You created a whole life with it. Your shit is public for the world to see. He keeps wanting to put Melanie on the yellow line, right? He keeps wanting to do that. And that's upsetting to me, right? And he put her business out there and said she had fellatio with somebody. Now, he said, you remember, because you told me, like, that is such a weird goofball thing to do. Like, that's such a girly thing to do. You know, you telling her and she said, no, someone went down on me. And he said, but you had sex with him. She said, I don't remember that. Now, that was stupid, because if you had sex with him, you remember, right? But I think she told him something to make him angry. And then, because he's running around recording everything and keeping notes of what Melanie's doing, which is a little concerning for me. Like, I've been in relationships, especially when I was younger, that the men became stalkers, and that's a dangerous thing. You know, all of that will be in my book too. And y'all, I know, but I've been so busy, but it's coming. But that's a dangerous thing, because I had a guy shoot at me. My son's father stalked me for years, right? And this is before there was stalking laws, so it was nothing that really could be done. So what I did was, whatever nigga I was with, you're going to have to fight, because he coming. I'll go into details in my book. But that was a thing for years for me. So it's very dangerous for someone because see, what happens when you start doing those psychopathic things, they'll snowball and get bigger and bigger, and you do dumber and dumber stuff, right? Until it comes to a bad end. And because if you do one thing, then you do something else that's worse than the time before. Not saying he's going to do that, but the fact that he's recording her, and when she's on a date, he's recording her, and he's looking at her like, I think he has yet to have a big sucker attack. I believe that's coming. What I would like Mel to do, see, like, he's got this baby, he's got this girl, it's all over social media. He don't see nothing wrong with that. But let Mel get in a relationship. Mel is probably just dating. But I want her to get in a relationship, but she's probably not ready, and she needs to heal, right? And it's going to take a very compassionate, caring man to be with her after all of this, right? He's going to have to be understanding. He's going to have to be a whole bunch of stuff that a lot of grown men are not, to be with her in this space right now, right? And once she gets in a relationship, that's when you'll see who Martell really is. Now, then they were asking everybody what they felt about the show, and Marceau stated he didn't like the title. Like, he knew it was going to be bad after he found out what the title was, because he said he thought it was a construction show. That's what he said, right? Now, they asked Maurice, did his wife, well, she got a weird name. I usually know. I forgot it now. But did his wife, what made them break up? And, he stated that she had cheated, right? And he wanted to set the rumor straight that he didn't even meet Kimmy until after the papers had been filed. And he had moved, when he moved to Alabama, because he was living in another state, wherever Kiowa, that's her name, the wife's name is Kiowa, right? Once he moved down south is when he met Kimmy. That's when he met Kimmy. And he said the papers had already been filed. Kimmy was not a side piece, right? And so they asked, well, why didn't you never defend her and say something? He said, because it was stupid, because it was just false. But I would want my man to defend me. If I don't want to have to keep defending myself, I want my man to shut it down. That's what I would want. Maybe Maurice is that way, but that's what I would have wanted my man to do as well, right? And he said that the problem that Kiowa has with Kimmy is that even though her and Maurice were split up, I guess she could still talk with him or flirt with him or be with him or whatever she thought. Even though Maurice stated, he said once he left, he never went back. But Kimmy was the thing that made him totally turn off from her. Like sometimes you see you and your dude break up and he might mess with her, and then it'll be that one that he's stuck on and he don't ever mess with you again. And that's what Kimmy was. That's what Kimmy was, right? Now, then Carlos asked Melanie, about the side piece in that situation. She said during the pandemic, this is when it became very evident, even though she'd known about it for years, this is when it became very evident when he would leave the house. We were on lockdown for a good portion of that year, 2020. And he would leave the house and be gone for hours at a time and saying he was at the gym and the gym was closed, right? And then the girl, see, this is why she had a part to do with it. She didn't stay silent. She just stayed, back in the day, mistresses, side pieces played their part. They played their position. They stayed over there and waited their turn. She started calling his phone. And Melanie said one day she called the phone and he was in the bathroom or wherever he was. And she answered it, not thinking nothing, and it was her. And she asked to speak to him. Like, I don't know if she thinks she's just that cute or she just that much of a woman. Because that's the vibe she give off. And I'm going to talk about it in my next video. But she's such like a little girl. And I don't think anybody has told her that. But she's really like a little girl. She's not like a grown woman. She's cute and she got a body. But again, she's just like Maurice. Pretty package. Ain't nothing in the box. Ain't nothing in the box, right? And anyway, she asked to speak to him. And so that started some more conflict, And I think right around that time, Melanie had gotten pregnant, I think, or something like that, right? So, because Melanie says they never really stopped having sex or any of that. And she was, for a long time, she thought they were okay. She thought they were okay. And then they asked, this wasn't the first episode, but I'm going off into another one because I'm thinking about it now. During that season, to me, this is the problem between Melanie and Tisha. Melanie tried to throw Marceau under the bus. During the reunion, they talked about it. And she said, no, I didn't say anything about you. What Melanie is failing to realize, if we're a team and we're a couple, if you talk about my husband or my man, you're talking about me. That affects me as well. That affects my marriage. If you talk about my husband, we're a unit, right? And she kept saying, no, I didn't say anything about you. I didn't say anything about you. Melanie did, and I'm still saying, she tried to throw Marceau under the bus. And so did Martell, right? And Martell is still trying to throw him under the bus. Martell tried to throw anybody under the bus, but he want to get somebody under the bus with him, right? But I think this is my thoughts on this. I think that they should go on a hiatus for at least a year. They should not go right back into filming. I think that Mel, as well as Martell, but Martell is such a dummy. I don't know if he would know how to heal. But Melanie needs time to heal. Those kids need time to adjust to the new situation. Because let me tell you something. And I'm going to address this in the next video. Martell took a picture with his kids. Those two oldest kids look miserable. Now, he said that they were not supposed to smile. But it was something behind that. Even though they weren't smiling, you could see the pain on their face. And I'm going to tell you right now, that boy may not be too much affected because he's a boy. He's going to learn from his daddy and probably be the same way. But that girl, the older she gets, the more she's going to resent. Once she grows up and realizes what has happened, she's going to resent it. Now, on the reunion, Melody says that she was riding around with the kids. Or they might have been doing an exchange. I can't remember. No, she was riding around with the kids. And they happened to see Martell and the side piece. And the little girl yelled out the window, "Get away from my daddy, get away from my daddy." See, all of that shit is traumatic. Now, I don't know if Melanie took her by there purposefully, because the comments seem to think so. I would hope you would want to hurt your child like that, right? This whole situation to that oldest girl is very, very traumatic. Very traumatic. When they were during the season, when he took them to the office, and then he left abruptly. See, when you have kids, you have to hide your feelings. I know I told y'all that before. You have to hide your feelings, whatever they may be. It was plenty of times I would cry at night when they were in bed about whatever was going on and that I could not fix or was trying to fix or trying to solve. I never really allowed my kids to see me too angry, and I definitely didn't allow them to see me in pain, because your children feed off of that. Your children feeds off of that, and that's unfair to them. And you do not want your children to worry. A child should not have to worry. A child should not be in pain, mental pain, not at all. Child should be happy and carefree and doing what the child does, right? So, and I hope, and I think Melody said they are getting therapy. Because that oldest girl is definitely going to need it. Definitely going to need it. Definitely going to need it. Now, in part 2, they brought out Destiny and Lawrence and Tiffany. Now, Destiny looked beautiful in her dress. Lawrence and Tiffany looked good. They looked okay. But Lawrence is a big guy. He should have had a more tailored suit. Because they did ask him what they want. And I think the show paid for their outfits. Listen, child, they was paying for my outfit. I don't know what the budget was. You can best believe I'm going to have on something, right? He had on a very basic box cut suit. And he's too big of a guy for that. And, Tiffany looked basic, Destiny talked about her divorce, and so, what's his name? Carlos asked her why she didn't talk about it. And was she told not to talk about it? And she said no. But I just believe that she was told to be private about that. That's just what I believe, right? And I believe she had to say that to save face. Don't forget to hit the like button for me, guys. And so, Destiny said something. Most of us are like that, but you don't say it out loud. But when you're younger, you don't really know any better. And she said she had, she had big dick energy, right? And she told somebody her dick was bigger than theirs. I forgot who she told that to, right? But Destiny, like a lot of women, have to learn that there is a place for a man in your life. You just have to find the right man. That's all. And until you do, then you have to make it happen for yourself, right? And a lot of times, us women, especially you single parents, because we everything. We the protector. If you hear noise, you got to go see about it. Whatever's going on, you got to see about it. You, right? So what that turns into is, it looks like you don't need a man. It's not that we don't need one. We ain't got one, so you got to keep on doing what you're doing, right? And it looks like from the outside you don't need one. Well, what's the opposite of not doing it? Of doing it, rather, is not doing it. So if you're not doing it, it won't get done because you're the head of your house. It's just that simple, right? But a lot of women take that too far. And it's not going to be easy, I don't care how pretty you are, to attract a man with big dick energy, okay? Or you may attract them, but keep them. I say that, right? But anyway, Tiffany and Lawrence. Now, I want Tiffany and Lawrence, and Carlos King said it. He said that people are calling for them to not be on the show. I don't know what's going to happen. They'll probably come back because it makes for good TV. But they're very judgmental. And then Tiffany had the nerve to get on there and say that Destiny was judgmental. Like, I just don't like them on the show. I know there's another power couple in Huntsville that they can find, right? Now, they all said, when Carlos asked, well, do you think they're being transparent? And do you think there's some stuff that they're not talking about? And everybody said yes. So there's something that they know about, but they're not talking about, right? And also, Tiffany, it was found out that she was fired from her position with the, whatever she was holding with the city, whatever the title was she had. She lost that. She said she quit, but Kimmy says she got fired, right? So, I don't know if they'll be back. I don't really particularly want them back just because they were so super messy and Tiffany didn't seem to care. Like, it's one thing, let me just say this. It's one thing to be messy. It's another thing to be mean-spirited. Like, that shit she was doing, she knew better than that. You know you don't come on no set, you don't know nobody, and start talking about somebody's child. That's number one. Number two, how can you talk about somebody's marriage and you've been divorced and you get a new fresh marriage under a year? You don't know enough. You're not an expert on marriage. You might be an expert on love, but you're not an expert on marriage, right? I think they brought the bombs out, the third part. So yeah, they brought Tiffany. The second part didn't really give that much, because I can't really remember, didn't really give that much. Just Destiny came out, and Tiffany and Lawrence came out. Now let me tell you, this part three was explosive. First of all, they brought messy ass Miss Wanda out there. Miss Wanda was ready, okay? She was with all the shits. She was ready with all of the shits, right? And they brought Van out, Mel's mom, and like I said, they didn't bring Martell, and Martell said his mama was watching the kids. I just think his mama don't want no parts of that shit. His mom, because his mama can't tongue wrestle with Wanda, first of all. She not, right? And Miss Wanda got right to it and said, now this is what I didn't know, that Mel's mama, I had heard about this tape the first season, but I thought they were lying, right? I think there actually is a tape. And Mel's mother, Van, was seen romantically Marceau and Maurice's mother. I'm going to say his name Mark. If you give it an M, I don't know what his name is. We're going to call him Mark, right? I was like, what? So that means he's younger. Now, I don't know how old the brother is, but I'm sure he's younger than Melanie's mama. I don't know how that happened, right? And wherever he lived, Mel's mother was driving 5 to 6 hours to see him. So she kept trying to insinuate we were friends. We were friends, like she was offended. Marceau said, now everybody up here know y'all was more than friends. I was like, damn. They put her out there, right? That, because, she had been sort of kind of denying it ever since season 1. Like, that's just a friend, I know him, but Wanda says, what you was doing on that tape, you should have told your daughter, because Van said she's not going to listen to you. She said she should. She said, you should have told her what you was doing on that tape. That's what you should have told her to be doing. She still have a marriage. I said, God damn, Wanda. Wanda is so uncouth. She's so uncouth. And then Tisha get mad when somebody check her. Like, Wanda's mouth, Wanda do too much. Wanda does too much. She does too much, and then she can't hardly talk. She tongue-tied and country talking. She does too much, right? And Melanie was trying to defend her mother. And she said, well, he'd come to see her too, but I didn't know they was really doing, they had a thing. They had a real thing, like, that was a thing. And I'm wondering, because she was older, they said it was a tape. Did the brother video them, like, out of some funny ha-ha stuff? Or, like, what was going on with that? Like, and why did you put it out there? How did it get out there? Like, that's so embarrassing. And, she was sitting there and she was poised, but you can tell that she was embarrassed by that, right? So then they asked Martin, Carlos said, it seems like you're embarrassed and ashamed about the baby. He just said, well, I just don't want to talk about it. I just don't want to put him out there. Now, I do see the other day he put that picture up on Instagram. We'll talk about that on my next video. But to me, it always felt like he was ashamed about having the baby. Now, I'm sure he loves the baby. That's his little baby. Baby look like him, look like a, cute little baby. I'm sure that he was ashamed, though, because you did it. You blew up your spot. You blew up your marriage. And you're going to have to explain that to your kids, right? And so they told him, you need to tell your kids sooner than later, because they're going to find out, through the streets, right? I know that he has told them, but when they were taping the reunion, he had not told them yet. And he looked very troubled by it, right? And then again, he went to blaming Melanie about something. He said, no. She said, no. My kids asked this and my kids asked that. And she says, I always defend you. Which I'm pretty sure as a mother, you do hide stuff from your kids. I just can't see Melanie just saying, well, your daddy over there, she's waiting on him. And she told him, she said, I can't hold it off too much longer because they're starting to hear things, right? Well, like I said, he has told them, I would have liked to be a fly on the wall and see what were their reaction. Because how do you explain daddy has a baby? They're young, so they're not understanding. The oldest girl may, but mama and daddy ain't together. Daddy got a baby with somebody else. I don't know if they can put together that that's the reason why mama and daddy ain't together. I don't know if they can put that together yet. Oldest girl may be. And like I said before, the oldest girl's going to resent him. She's going to resent him. When she gets grown and figures it all out, I don't see that being good unless he has a very grown-up, heart-to-heart, father-daughter conversation with her. He can't just keep going on with life. He's going to have to explain some things to her, if nobody else, right? Carlos, like I said, he asked all the right questions. This was a very good reunion, very good show. I'm sorry I didn't bring it to you guys earlier, just that I was in the midst of the move, and I'm still doing, like, every day I'm doing something. I've been to Walmart twice. What else did I do today? I went to go see about some dining room set. It's just always something because I want to get it together because next week I start back working and I want it all together by that time, right? We do not want to see the side piece. I would not. And, I'm going to talk about this again. I'm going to talk about this tomorrow when I talk about the side piece. But she keeps insinuating like she's the reason for the show. You're not the reason for the show, sis. You're just a part of it. You're not the reason for the show. She wants to be on the show really bad. She says she doesn't look at the show. People send her things. Ain't no way in the hell my man is on the show and I ain't watching it. Hell no. She can tell that lie to somebody else. And she goes live a lot. But like I said, I'll get into that tomorrow. If not tomorrow, what's tomorrow? New Year's Eve. Now, let me ask y'all something. Don't forget to hit the like button for me. And make sure you comment. Let me ask you something. I have a guy that wants to take me out. I don't want to go. Now, we were going to see the Peach drop. I didn't even know the Peach dropped, right? Well, I heard on the radio today, and I got to tell him, I don't think he knows that they canceled that due to COVID. Because COVID, the numbers are raging, right? And more people are dying now than they did in the beginning of what I saw in the news. I really don't want to go nowhere. And I had plans to be cute. I want to put my clothes on and be like, hey. But, I want to be safe, y'all. So, I've got to have this conversation. So, drop down in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about the reunion. Also drop down in the comments and tell me if you guys are going anywhere New Year's Eve, or are you going to stay safe and stay at home, or if you're doing some in-house stuff. Drop down in the comments and let me know what you guys doing. And do you think I should tell my friend I don't want to go? Because I don't. I don't. I want to go and be cute and all that, but I don't want to go. And, he's invited his family members to some spot. And then I heard on the radio. So I hadn't heard of the spot he was talking about, of course. But today on the radio, I heard about it. It's going to be like a lot of people there. No, right? And then I can keep my mask on, yeah, sure. But if he's there, he may not keep his mask on, so we got to go with some rules. And then your family going to be there, and you don't know where they be. And like too many, and then the people that look, it's too much for me, y'all. And I'm going to have to tell them. I'm going to have to tell them, I don't know how that's going to turn out. Like, I'm going to have to tell them. And I like them, too. But I don't know what that's going to do. But I don't want to. I have my outfit together. I got some, let me tell y'all something. I got some thigh boots that I got last year. I forgot I had, right? I'm talking about thigh up to my butt, right? I want to wear them with my new jeans that I ain't really wore. My rock jeans. I got some new stuff I want to put on. I ain't been nowhere. I've been buying stuff and ain't been nowhere. But, nah. So anyway, y'all, don't forget to drop down in the comments. Leave me your comments. In the description box, all my social medias are there. Donate to my channel, please. My Cash App is down in the description box. We got to be safe, y'all. We got to be safe, right? We got to be safe. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching Jacquie the Q. Thanks for holding on. Now that I got my spot, I can just come in the room and sit down and talk. I'm going to get something back here. And then when I'm able, I'm going to get a green screen and figure out how to do all that shit, right? Change it so to be whatever I'm talking about to be on this thing. Or I might just I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something back here on this wall, y'all. But anyway, y'all, thanks for watching Jacquie with the Q. Happy New Year's. I may do a short. I may do something, I don't know. With New Year's, I don't know, child, because I don't know. I want to really stay at home. I don't know how this is going to turn out. But anyway, y'all, thanks for watching Jacquie with the Q. Again, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and everybody stay safe. Bye-bye.